Hey everybody, Felix Staffelbaker here. Wanted to make a video because I know a lot of people who are still on zero, who don't have any Bitcoin, who may think that there's all hope lost, that there's no chance for them. But what people don't understand is just because potentially you think in the future governments could ban it or could change the Constitution if you're in the United States so that you can't own digital property, people are still afraid to use the only attack vector for the people against the government, and they're not willing to even try to enter the battle, to enter the fight, to try and retain some of their sovereignty. And there's always going to be people that have more Bitcoin than you. I mean, that's just simply how it is. This thing's been around for over a decade. People have been stacking. There's individuals with over 100,000 Bitcoin. And you just won't ever be able to compete with something like that. But no matter how much those people own, no matter how much you own, no matter how much any government owns, they can never create any more. They can never prevent your access to your Bitcoin as long as you have your private keys. They can never steal it from you if it's in your head. They can try to pass bills to make you hand over private keys or different things, but that comes down to a personal choice that you'd have to make in that moment. And right now there's no possible way for them to change the rules of Bitcoin. And I think that that's vastly overlooked. People need to get off zero. They need to invest a tiny bit into Bitcoin. They need to have the mindset that just because you think that the overarching vector of the global situation is that sovereignty loses, that people lose their rights, that we're going into a hyper-technotronic, neo-feudalistic dark age, that there's still some fight left in the dog and that you have to resist. Even newborn babies, when they're being aborted, fight back in the womb. They have a natural instinct. They have a human instinct. They have a God-given instinct, a soul instinct to be able to resist tyranny at the most fundamental level. If an unborn child can fight back in the womb, you can fight back now. You can set yourself, your family, the people you care about up to be successful in the fight, because at the end of the day, you're taking Satoshis away from those people and they want all the Satoshis. So bare minimum, you're taking the ability for them to have more wealth away in the future, and they know that. And that's what scares the people in the government, the people in power, the people trying to set this trap up that you will get caught up in if you leave your money in fiat. And it's just amazing to me that there's so many people who are still so oblivious, because anytime anything starts to happen, more news stories come out. And, all the banks started crashing, and the response to the government control structure was to arrest Donald Trump. And you can get into all that of whether it's right or wrong. Whatever you believe, that doesn't change the fact that they completely changed the subject from the entire banking system collapsing to a former president being arrested, and 24 news coverage of that. I mean, they had video of his plane landing. There was like a CNN boat going on the Hudson River, like the whole thing was super shaky, following the plane as it was coming in. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's idiocracy at the highest order. And it doesn't matter what you think about Trump. What matters is that they're covering up from the real issues to cover another reality show guy. I mean, that guy was on a reality show. And so it's made for TV. You have to understand that. Meanwhile, the systemic risks in the bank system are out of control. The Fed chairman, Janet Yellen, Jerome Powell, they're all saying that the banks are fine, don't worry about them. Everybody's credited. But what they don't tell you is if you keep your money in the bank and they lose it or it goes under because of their own policies of raising rates too fast after people bet long on lower rates, investing in different things, that they're going to offer you the solution in a central bank digital currency. And it might be a 1-to-1, it might be a 10-to-1, it might be a huge bonus if you sign on, but you give up your financial sovereignty, your ability to have the choice in whatever you're doing whenever you're doing it. And people just don't get that. They have to be shown. I mean, we've had such good times in the United States and such freedoms of buying power, just the ability to buy what you want. The purchasing power has always gone down, but that they can't even fathom the idea that your money will expire by a certain date or you only can use it at a certain time or any of these types of things. So I just want to put that out there. Staffel Baker out.